Real enough for 2 millenniums. A better way to make a way, start defending them. I meditate and moderate all of my wins again. I'm hanging on the fence again. I'm always on your mind. I put my lyric and my lifeline on the line. And then
Hi guys, it's your girl Maya, and today I'm here by myself. Usually when I'm here by myself, I'm pranking Mari. And of course, Mari's not here. So we won't be pranking her today. But I wanted to do a story time with you guys since we haven't posted a story time. And usually you guys would think, oh, since this is a group channel, she's my best friend, like she's my sister. Usually this is a group channel, we would be doing a story time together. But I just felt like, why not share this with you guys? And like I said, I'm getting over the flu, so if I'm breathing hard or like doing that and coughing, I apologize. But we haven't posted in a while, you know. I've been going through family troubles. I'm not gonna do a story time about that. But if I do feel comfortable in the future, I may tell a story or some opinions and some thoughts and emotions on how I felt during the time. But right now it's still new and it's still emotional, so I'm not going to tell a story. But let's get right into this story time. Okay, so this is a story time about how my apartment building caught on fire. I was about, I want to say, how old was I? I'm just throwing age out there. I was about like 8 or 9. And at this time we lived in Gary, Indiana, in this apartment building. You know, I was a happy kid. My childhood was great, you know, things here and there. But overall, my childhood was great. My mom is my angel. My dad, he's my angel too. But overall, my childhood was great. So, I'm sorry if I keep looking over there. The TV's on. I'll keep hearing stuff. And I'm in a house by myself. But, so, on this particular day, it was the month before my birthday. And my birthday is September 2nd. This particular day, it was like August 3rd. And my mom, at this time, we didn't have a car. So my mom got on the bus to go to work. And she was like talking about how if a fire ever happened or anything bad ever happened in an apartment building, that everybody in that building would never be able to like escape because the back door, the landlord chained the back door to the apartment. So we would never be able to escape the back door, through the back door. So my mom was talking about that, and you know, she was explaining to her friends about how something like that was happening, we would be stuck. So, mind you, she was talking about this on August 3rd, the day of when all this began. So I can remember this particular day like it was yesterday. Me and my grandma, we were actually, okay, so me and my grandma went to go wash laundry at the laundromat. And after that, we stopped to get Subway. But when we brought the Subway home, you know, we're eating like normal people. Mom's at work, grandma's watching us, you know, having a good time. And for some reason, my brother, he wasn't in a good mood at all. And me, being who I am, I'm always the one trying to cheer people up. And I walked towards the window where my brother was at. And before I could say anything or tell him or try to cheer him up, I kept smelling something burning. The first thing that came to my mind was pancakes. Pancakes are burning. And I just kept saying, it's something burning. It's food burning. It's pancakes. Mind you, I don't even really like pancakes. I love waffles more. So I'm like, pancakes are burning. And my grandma walks over and she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, pancakes. Something is burning and I can smell it. So my grandma, she just brushed it off. She's like, it does smell like that, but we live in an apartment building. Food burns. And she walked back to her room. Man, this is where, you know, being a child and being scared is the hardest thing you can ever encounter in life. So, me and my brother were in the front of the apartment. Sorry if I start crying. It still takes a toll on me. That's why I'm scared to live in an apartment building. That's why every time I smell fire, I have an anxiety attack or a panic attack. Because it still haunts me. It does. Me and my brother were sitting in the living room, and my brother's friend, boy that he was going to play outside with, before this burning pancakes and all this started, before it started, the boy is banging on our door. He comes and bangs on our door. He's like, boom, 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 boom. Like the feds is knocking at our door. It sounded like the feds was knocking at our door. I'm 8 or 9. Don't even know why the feds would be at the door, but they knocking. They knocking. They coming to get somebody. And it can't be me because I'm only 8 or 9. Nah, it wasn't the feds. It was my brother's friend. When I open up the door, he's crying. He's bawling. And I'm like, what's going on? And that smell, it hits me so hard to the point where I'm like, yo, pancakes is burning, bruh. He's bawling. He is crying his guts out. He's like, the building is on fire. The building is on fire. And I can just remember looking back at my brother. My grandma, she screams. She's like, run. She tells us to run. I didn't have no shoes on. I was just scared. So I ran. I grabbed my brother and we ran. While running down the stairs, my grandma's running behind us. So we lived on the 3rd floor. It's a 4-story building. So when we get at least to the 2nd floor, I had a friend and she had I had a friend, her little sister and her mom lived on the 4th floor. My aunt and my cousin lived on the 4th floor. Every floor had 2 apartments. It would be 1 and 2. My aunt lived on this side and my friend lived on this side. Thinking we had enough time to get out. We had enough time to run, get out. They would have enough time to come downstairs and get out the building. Mind you, the fire, where it all started, happened next door to my apartment. Thank God the little boy's dad made him come upstairs and get all of us out the building. But he was just missing 3 people. Because he couldn't make it to the 4th floor. But as me and my brother and my grandma are running down the steps, we see one of our downstairs neighbors. Her daughter is handicapped, and she had a big ventilator to breathe. and she was in a wheelchair, and all the guys is running. They just running downstairs, but they not helping her, helping take the wheelchair down the steps so she wouldn't get stuck in this fire. So my grandma starts yelling, "Y'all dudes, y'all not helping. Y'all need to help. Y'all need to help." So they all rush back upstairs and they helping her get down the steps. So we all rush out the front door. Mind you, the back door is locked. The landlord has the back door chained. So we all rushing. We're rushing. We finally make it outside. We make it outside, and us thinking that the building is burning. There's nobody left in the building. We're just gonna watch it crumble. No, that's not the case. We're missing 3 people. And as everybody is like hugging each other, thanking God that they made it out, but watching our building burn, we're missing 3 people. And I'm looking around, I'm just hoping my aunt and my cousin will run down them stairs, that my friend's mom will run down them stairs. Me also thinking this girl, her mom, the girl that I was friends with at this time, she was my best friend. Thinking that they're gonna run down them stairs and everything's gonna be okay. No. A couple of minutes pass by. Firefighters still aren't there yet. At this point, I don't know what's taking them so long. So I call my mom on my phone. I'm like, well, first I call her and then it's not ringing. So I try again and it goes to voicemail because she's in a conference. And I'm so scared. I leave a voicemail crying because I'm so scared. I ain't never experienced something like that in my life. I leave a voicemail telling her, "Mom, I love you, but please make it home. Please. It's been a fire. Auntie and cousin is stuck in the building. They're all stuck." And I hang up. And I call back again, and I'll call again. Finally, the lady that she works with told my mom the message that after I left my mom that voicemail, I called I called my mom's friend and I told her what was going on. She told my mom. My mom called me crying, just hoping that I was okay. And I was okay. But my best friend's mom and my auntie and cousin wasn't, because they were still stuck. So firefighters get there. Now this is where everything gets even scarier. Firefighters get there. I'm not even paying attention. I'm not even paying attention to when firefighters arrive. I'm waiting for my mom to arrive. She arrives, but she's running. She gets out the car and she's running. Her sandals break and she steps on a rock or whatever. My mom don't care. She's not hurt. She's trying to make it to where she know that her babies is okay. Her babies is safe. Her babies is good. She makes it. We hug her. Whatever. I'm skipping way ahead. Before my mom even showed up. I'm sorry, y'all. Before my mom showed up, firefighters arrived. And My cousin. My cousin is like, he's like 6'5", 6'8", one of them. He's real tall. And so my uncle gets there. And my uncle, he's like at the window where they're at. Like he's standing at the window. Because they were able to make it to where the step, okay, so our stairwells had windows. And they were able to make it to the stairwell window. The back stairwell. They made it to the stairwell, but they didn't want to jump out that 4th floor window. So I run back to see if my best friend's mom is outside, and she's not. But she's at the window. I can remember her exact words. She yelled out and said, "The floor is burning. The floor is caving in. Make sure my babies is okay." She was hanging out the window and she screamed, "The floor is caving in. I have to jump." I'm sorry, guys. She said, "I have to jump." So, some dudes came. And they brought a bed to help at least save the fall. Just save the fall. So they brought the bed and they were like, jump, because the building is about to collapse. They told her to jump. Lord knows he had this lady in his prayers. Almighty had his lady in his prayers. Before she jumped, I turned, thinking she had already jumped. Turned around, she was falling from the 4th floor. She was falling. Y'all don't understand. Seeing somebody dying in front of your eyes is the most traumatizing thing you can ever go through. But seeing my best friend's mom falling, still to this day, if I smell fire or I'm in an apartment building, I can see her falling. I could see her falling off the 4th floor window to make sure that her babies was safe, because she didn't want to die. So she jumped because she was afraid of dying in a building because her floor was caving in. So she jumped. And when she jumped, I heard everything. She didn't even hit the bed. She missed the bed. Because it was wind outside, the wind carried her. She jumped because she thought she was going to hit the bed. She didn't hit the bed. She hit the ground. When she hit the ground, my grandma threw up. She threw up. We was sick. When she hit the ground, you heard every last one of her bones in her body break. No joke. You heard every one of her bones in her body broke. but it's still 2 people left in the building. So my grandma, she tries to run upstairs and save my aunt and cousin. She made it to the 2nd floor, but she can't make it to the 4th. She has asthma, so the smoke is bombing her. It's just hitting her. So she runs back out. She's like, I can't save him. I can't save him. I can't save him. So I'm crying and my brother is holding me. He's like, Tink, it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. So then firefighters get there. They try to push the ladder up to reach the 4th floor, but the ladder is too short. So we're waiting on another fire truck. Mind you, the floors is caving in. So this side of the building floors then caved in already. Building still standing, but the floors is gone. So, 2nd fire truck get there, and ladder still don't reach. So my aunt tells my cousin, she's like, baby, jump. If somebody has to die in this building, it's gonna be me. Jump. My cousin was scared, and you can see it in his eyes, because when he looked back at her, that's probably the worst hurt a mom can ever feel, is having to tell her baby to jump off a 4th floor, but then them turning back to look like, Mom, don't die, please. When I tell you that look, that look is the most hurtful look. So he jumped. My cousin is tall, so when he jumped, he broke his ankle, or his whole leg, because then firefighters, the 3rd fire truck, finally came, and the ladder was long enough. So my aunt didn't jump. The ladder was able to go up there and get her. So she was able to come down safely, but her baby. So my cousin is sitting by the one of the fire trucks. Ambulance is like on the other side. My cousin's sitting by the fire truck, but there's a tree right there. So he's leaned up against the tree because he can't walk. His ankle's broke. Like, his bone was sticking out the side. Like, his bone was sticking out the side. So there's like the bone that you see was blood gushing out. And his meat was hanging graphic. So as my best friend's mom is still laying on the ground, she's dead. She's dead. Man, that was the hardest thing. She's dead. So ambulance come and get her. They trying to revive her. She ain't coming back. They trying to revive her. She's not coming back. She's gone. But keep in mind, remember what I said. God must have had her in his arms. She's dead right there. So ambulance rushed her to the hospital. You know, they doing surgery on her. All her ribs was broken. Her lungs collapsed. One of her lungs was punctured by her rib. They had to put, I think it was 30-something nails inside, like nails inside of her to keep the bones from, I don't know what it's called, but it's to keep the bones together. She had a major a lot of major surgeries. She had a couple of nails in her back, her spinal cord, her vertebrae broke, so she wasn't able to walk. But hospital wasn't able to revive her there, so they had to fly her all the way to a different hospital. And when they got her to that hospital, they revived her. She came back, so we got that news. So police came, news people came, and I'm not exactly sure, but I think if you go on YouTube, the video is still there. If I find it, I will put in the link below so you're able to see it. But news people came, we talked on the news, telling them different stories. But mind you, the people that started the fire, so let me tell you how the fire started. we got this story after the building already collapsed or whatever. So let me tell you how it started. So I guess the mom was drunk or high, one of them, but she was cooking, and her and the boyfriend got into an argument. This was the first one. Her and the boyfriend got into an argument, and she left, and the stove was still on, and that's what caused fire. Second story, her kids, these bad kids, 16, they could have been 14 to 16. 14 to 16 on the back, like we had like patios. Sorry if the phone's shaking. Where I got it set up at. I'm actually moving. Hold on, let me stop it from moving. So her kids were on the back, like, what is it, porch? I think on the back porch, and they were playing with fireworks. It set one of the fireworks off, and it caught on fire, and they ran out the building. But mind you, while police is there investigating, trying to find out what happened, the mom has her clothes and stuff in the car and her kids, and they're driving off like nothing happened. They were never going to come and tell nobody that the building was on fire, that they're the ones that set the building on fire. No, you know what they did when they seen the building was on fire? They left. They got all their clothes and put it in a car and left. But then came back when news people came because they thought they was going to be on TV. That's what happened. And the landlord finally shows up, and he's acting all surprised. But my mom went off of him. Why do you have a chain on the back door? Everybody could have escaped. But no, you had a chain on the back door, which caused the lady to lose her life. Her kids probably was never going to see their mom again, which caused somebody get injured without losing their life. But you're still sitting perfectly fine. But you put the chain on the back door. So he was already getting interrogated about that, putting a chain on the back door. So I think it was like 9 something that night. Building was burnt up. We was sitting in a Red Cross vehicle, and I kept crying. I was like, mommy, can we go back in there to go get Grandpa Billy? Grandpa Billy is my grandpa that died in 2009, and we have his ashes, but I don't like going nowhere without them. So if we don't have them, I don't feel okay. So my mom was like, we can't go in there right now. I was afraid that his urn was already messed up and damaged. I was so scared. But y'all want to know something? Through that whole fire, when we finally went back in there when we was able to get our stuff, we had a Bible. He had his own Bible. It's a gold and white Bible. And the Bible was not burnt. Everything else in that house was gone. But where the Bible was, it was sitting on my mom's ledge in her room. But where the Bible wasn't burnt, wasn't no burn marks, no nothing. When you pick the Bible, when we grabbed the Bible and picked it up, the like ending, you know where you lay something that say you was spray painting a box or something, you spray paint around the box, but when you pick it up, it's still like that empty spot because the box was on top of it. That's how the Bible was. Nothing touched that Bible. God was with us because he made sure that Bible wasn't touched. So I think when we went back outside, it was like this twin building. Like the building we lived in had like a twin, basically, because this building right next door to us was the exact same building, but different landlord. And we was talking, and he wanted to say something. Mind you, I always thought people was getting killed in that building. The building looked weird, so I thought people was already getting killed in that building. But he was finna tell us something until he left. But he was finna tell us something about my theories, but we never found out. So I got emotional a lot. that's the story of the time my best friend lost her mom and our building catching on fire and losing everything we had that my mom had worked hard for. We lost everything. But thank God my mom is she's a good working mother, because she was able to get all of our stuff back, make sure that we never really had to think about that traumatizing day ever again, anything. She made sure we was good. Until this day, we still is good. But obstacles like that, you always got to get over. And that's why my mom always say, God throws obstacles in your way for a reason. He throws curveballs at you because he know that at the end of the day you can handle it. If you couldn't handle it, I'm pretty sure he would never do something like that. But he knows you can handle that stuff. He knows what you're capable of doing. Only God knows what you're capable of doing. So don't let nobody else tell you you can't do this or you're bad at doing something. No, let God judge that. And this wraps up the video. Like I said, it's your girl Maya, and I just wanted to come to you guys with a story time. And I love you guys. I will probably have another story time sometime soon. Maybe with Mari, we'll probably have a story time. But I love you guys, and stay tuned for the next video. Hey guys, it's your girl Maya, and today I'm here with the story time. Usually when you guys see me, I'm alone, of course. I'm about to prank Mari. But Mari's not here. We've been off YouTube for a while, and I have been sick with the flu, and I've been going through some family issues. So I'm not gonna do a story time about that or anything. And yes, of course, guys, my nails is broke. It's whatever. I'm not gonna do a story time about that. It's personal. It's more of a personal side. So I'm just gonna leave that be. But I am gonna do a story time. I haven't been feeling the best. I just wanted to get up and do something. So I said, hey, why not post on YouTube? Since I am actually at home by myself, I get the house to myself and it's quiet. So this story time is going to be about the time where my apartment building got caught on fire. So
you're my right hand, you're my go-to. Told me everything about you, that's a bold move. I know that you're out here, and there's things you gotta go through, yeah. Just know that